That's how you win Magic games consistently. You just draw like that. It doesn't matter what your fucking opponents are gonna do if you draw like that. It really doesn't.
Aha!
And that's the end of this deck. To that. Anyway. Quill first pick is nice. Killian's a really nice follow-up. This is an early Killian too. It's kind of exciting. We don't always play black-white, but we always play black, so it's a nice second pick. It's a little bit scary because there's also Arch there, and Arch and Quill are a pretty decent control-y black-green deck, and Arch is individually quite good, but Killian is individually better than Arch, especially if we get this archetype. So it's a bit of a punish. Access Tunnel is fine here. There's no black removal. Veil is very good in the green-black version. Fractal Summoning's not in the colors that we're looking to play right now. The rare is really bad. This is just a tunnel for me. Fits the deck if we go that deck, but we are doubling down essentially on Killian with Access Tunnel there as opposed to taking something else. I don't know. It just, these decks, the swinginess of this format just seems so painful for me. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just bitching. Spirit Summoning kind of weak. Campus Guide very weak. Culmination of Study very weak. There's no green card, so we're not punished for being black-white. If we are black-white, Expel is okay, but it's a defensive card. We probably want to be an aggressive deck in that format if we're playing those colors. I guess it's first Hunt, but it's pretty unexciting. It's just to learn. Golem is a card we're happy to see here. Spirit's also okay. Make Your Marks fine. Card plays really nicely with Killian. Doesn't push us any more towards any particular color. Bird tends to wheel. It's an evasive creature that makes your other creatures evasive, which is nice, but happy to see Golem here. If we're going to play cards that target our creatures and clone them, Killian discounts them, and Golem gets all the benefit. Seems nice. Squad's pretty bad. It's a 4-mana 2/2 Death Toucher. And yeah, it transfers those tokens around if you have other creatures, but you don't really often want to play a 4-mana 2/2 Death Toucher. It's a little sticky is what it is, because the power stays on the board if you have other creatures, or if they can't exile it. Gets blown out a lot too, though. Inkling, Summoning, or Rise, or Pilgrim. I actually want all three of these. It's kind of annoying that that's where we're at. We still don't know what colors we are, but I'm taking first Rise here. It's a little slow. I want Inkling Summoning quite badly, and Pilgrim's really good in these decks if you have something to do with your mana. This card overperforms for me in black-white. The other card would be Crushing Disappointment, which is just pure black. We don't know what our colors are yet. This is the exact 2-drop I want if I am playing black-white aggressive, though. So I'm going to take first year over first Crushing Disappointment. Make Your Mark over what? Defiant Strike and Guiding Voice are both better. Professor's Warning is probably one of our weaker cards. Not that weak. It's often trade 1 mana. Maybe Show of Confidence doesn't belong in this deck. We're 1 card out too, right? Did we even play Access Tunnel here? I don't know if we can afford it. We have colorless on 2, colorless on 3. We need double white on 3. We need white black on 2, and we need white on 1. It's really hard to play. This is the downside of the 2-drop uncommons, both Killian and the other one that we didn't see, the whatever this fucking faction's called, Silver Quill Pledge Mage, I think is the card that I'm thinking of, is that it's hard to cast them on 2. That's really when you want them to. We got to make sure we play cards that get discounted by Killian or we lose a ton of value, right? Like the whole power is that we get to do things we couldn't otherwise. At the moment, it's literally Beaming Defiance and Defend and Closing Statement and Rise. So it'd be nice to play some other ones like Show of Confidence. I don't know if we have any other 2 combat tricks. Expel is I guess Expanded Anatomy gets there too. I'm thinking of Apprentice, not Pledge Mage. Okay. Does Defend get discounted, chat? I choose the mode when I'm cast and then it gets discounted, or I choose the mode after casting and it doesn't target until I choose. Still low ass creature count. This is a Secret Rendezvous deck. So shortlist is Agonizing Remorse, second Professor's Warning, which will represent a strategic planning, and second the Squad, or possibly the Assistant. Assistant seems a bit cutesy, but Assistant is an evasive creature that I can cast on any sources. It's at 4, which is a bit slow, but it's another attacker. It does nice things with things like any of my cheap removal, cheap tap downs. Study Break off the top seems really good. Closing Defiance out of my graveyard seems good. Rise out of my graveyard seems good. I like Agonizing Remorse. I do not like Spiteful Squad. About 3 hours, Slim. A little less. This is 16. Mana looks okay. Got some weak ass top decks. Looking at you, Star Pupil. Looking at you. Maybe Star Pupil becomes... Star Pupil is just a little bit more exciting with counter generation, of which we have a couple of different pieces. It's nice when I have Golems. It's a second target that's often on the board when I have Golem. It's something else I can put Poet's Quill on. Do I play Hunt? Hunt is super weak in this deck, but it is a learn. 1 learn, 2 learn, 3 learn, 4 learn. No, we play Hunt every time. Okay. Been real unexcited with today's matchmaking. Like our everything we do has been getting massively punished. Is there any way I would go down 1 planes here and just place 15 lands in a deck like this? My curve ends at 2. If I cut Assistant and played Agonizing Remorse instead, is that good enough? I'm so annoyed we didn't wheel that second first year. That would have been really good. Or any of the other Pledge Mages. It's because the guy right to our left, he has 100,000 white creatures. He's playing mono white fucking white creatures. Mono white 2 drops is what he's playing. Alright. Quill closing statement. Quill generates a 3-drop. No Killian. So still no Killian's opening hand. We really, really want to see Killian's opening hand with this deck. Study, so good. You mean learn? Problem is red mana. Which of my creatures is more likely to survive? It's like none of them are likely to survive. I don't like Enthusiastic Study that much. I think it's strong. I mean, 2-drop here's. Blue-red, we're either playing around Reject, playing around Negate, or playing around Burn Spell on 3. Shock gets us 2. I don't think it actually matters. I'm going to play the Evasive Creature, get a little bit more mana efficiency next turn. Something like that. Okay, no mana spent. I think that was a consideration of a counter spell though, right? So that's maybe a negate. That's interesting. Pretty not excited by these plays, but this creature is just not an exciting attacker. Just isn't. We need 2 drops. They're in here for consistency, but it's such an unexciting creature. One is on 5 mana here. Enthusiastic Study is a blowout when you have the tempo to support killing people with the trample, for sure. Trample on instant speed is good. But it's a 3 mana +3/+1. It's super bad defensively. And the learn gets blanked all the time with the way that combat tricks fight out, which is a lot oftentimes to prevent Enthusiastic Study from landing, you blow the creature up, and then denies you the learn, which is all pretty painful. So he blocks Warden on 3/2, takes the 2. Just 1 island up. What happens if he blocks 2-1 with the 1-5? I think this is just take a turn off, unfortunately. I want to hold trick up here, so we're going to use closing statement, end step. I'm not sure if I'm killing the 1-2 or the 2-2. I think I'm killing the fucking 2-2. Really don't like him having fucking 2 open mana here. 5 open mana here. I played Open Dev Humankind over Christmas and it seemed cool. I'm looking forward to the release of the game. I haven't played the most recent update. I'm playing Magic pretty grindily right now. I didn't like Endless Space and I played a very small amount of Endless Legend. Better to block this one. If I have pump spells, I gain more life. I think I'm fine. All right, opponent, your turn. I do 1 to your assistant, 1 to your face. Sure. Divide by 0. Wish to fucking hell I had hexproof here. Feels bad. This guy's the real Gandalf. Only accidents and speed. Doesn't do anything on his own. Just counters and interacts with your shit, maybe. I don't like spending the mana there for shields down both my creatures to put the thing over, but here we are. It broadcasts the trick super hard if I leave them open like that, and neither of those creatures are super value inherently. Still can't play around all the blue removal, which is bounce. The red removal I can play around a little bit, but I'm actually hoping to multi-spell on my turn. See, that's like a really great turn for me. Taps out there. It's fantastic. Still managed to draw land even though we didn't put it on top. So here we're going to swing both. And we're going to Defiant Strike, Show of Confidence, counter them each, I think is the play. Hold up warning. And if no blocks, I'm going to try to kill him. Thanks, buddy. Oh, thanks, Arabins. The game is super fun when you get deep into it. It just also has its punishes. Actually really like Hunt here. Question is, where do I put it? So I don't have to rise these 4/4s. They don't do anything. They Kai up the Campus Guide. I can indestructible it, but I don't think it's necessary. I think this is Hunt for Specimens. Play out the +2/+2. Hit him for 6 in the air. Oh, I could play at Campus Guide and get both these for just these two. It's not bad either. Oh, I don't get them both though. It's only 6 power. It's less exciting than I thought it was. Fuck. I think I should have played it assistant. Trying to spread my threats out. I was thinking that he would have to double block to challenge this, which is true. But what I wasn't thinking was a double block to challenge that doesn't threaten his creatures. So, and that's a card we get punished for spending resources out of earlier. Here I think we're just bringing him to 2. Moving it back as a blocker and running out Golem. Okay. Alright. We just valued through him with a 2/1 and a... We just valued through him with 2 2/1 artifact creatures. And it just took us like a million hours to do it. Alright. Opponent goes first. Is this non-creature spell? It's not. Do we need more land? We don't know yet. Nice draw. Yeah. I want land here. It's going to be fight spells next turn is the issue. So many plays here that work. We're racing two growing threats, huh? So many ways to play that. Could be combat professor. Could be first year plus the thing not equip. Could be all sorts of things. One top. Here, getting an evasive threat on the board would be really nice, but I can cast this for 2 and 1. I can get 1 more mana back, so I could do this, exile that, not attack on the ground here. Get some a blocker, could trade Killian off for the 2/2 as well. And get in for 3. Or he eats the 3/2, but Killian gets in for 2. Let's try to resolve this. If I do it in that order though, I can't do both, so I missed the expanded anatomy. Kinda need my lands here. Could try to do something with this assistant too. So many plays here. There's a million lines, and I don't know which are right. Arcane subtraction, what a prick. Here, you know, it would just be much simpler than endlessly having to plan around these fucking huge creatures. Just having some interaction would be nice, like a removal. Subtraction was good for him. I'm glad we got the 3 damage off Campus Guide there. Guy's at 10, we're still lifelinking. We lost Killian's discount. The only card it affects in our hand is Anatomy. Played a lot of the cards it affected prior to this, which is good, but not all of them. So we saved 2 mana off Killian. Gonna lose 2 mana there. Oh. Here, having an evasive threat would be really nice. Actually, would like to top deck untapped land. I think I want to assistant into this tap down effect again. Campus Guide is in here as a 2-drop. We just don't have enough consistent pressure on 2, and we need it in a deck like this. Swamp. I mean, I don't know. Am I drafting my Simic decks wrong? Like, why are these other decks so resistant to beat down here? They don't draw infinite lands, maybe. Two blockers. Takes one of my attackers and my blocker, fully saturates mana, plays out 2 cards. So fucking irritating, man. We chumping this yet? It's 3-2. This 2-1 looks pretty bad on this board, huh? I guess we are. I mean, not that bad on this board if we study break. Let's see if it resolves. Actually, if the 2-1 can't attack, it's probably better to tap this, huh? All of my creatures. Summon 2 creatures or tap your creatures. Isn't that exciting? I fucked that up. I don't want to trade this for 1. I was thinking that I'm like, I can't get it away. Anyways, it just still trades with 1, which isn't where I want it to be. Needed to trade with 2 there. Okay. I don't know if I would have played that differently, but because I could have instead of involving Star Pupil or transferring Poet's Quill, I could have just anatomied it, but it's only 2 more toughness, so it's a double block. When I was looking at it for a second there, I thought I could get away from that. I don't think ground blockers do anything for me here. I'm just trying to decide how much jumping I do here. Thanks Pink Bucket for the sub. Yeah, we probably want to jump that 7. Just take 8. Spread our flying threats around. Kill a prof. Nope. I don't have time. I can never counterattack on the ground. Just trading off my chump blockers doesn't seem good. Like, we never get through on the ground with this thick of a ground force. We're going to kill him in the air or not kill him at all. So I don't think I want to trade that off. Last card is... Each player looks at the top 5 cards of the library and reveal a land card and/or an instant or sorcery among them. Each player puts that card and revealed into the hand with the rest of the bottom of the library. A land... Never seen a cast on this side. Land card and/or an instant or sorcery. Reveal a land card and/or instant sorcery. I mean, this gives us 3 toughness on the guy. The guy already has 3 toughness. That's pretty good. Yeah. All right. He just went up to 11 health with that, though. It heals him as well, I guess. Each player gains 3 life. It's another stall in there. He's top decking right now. His board is pretty wide, but we have lifelink in the air. Here, whichever he chumps whichever one. He doesn't though. 4. I want it to be. This is 8, 4. Hold on a minute. Fuck, there's so much shit going on this board. Chump, chump. We take 5, 9, 13, 16, 17. Go to 1. Counterattack kills him, so he's not doing that. He's top decking. I want to equip this Poet's Quill for the damage. Anything he blocks doesn't get the damage though. I think this is this turn. We're running this out. I think it's here to give it toughness. And then here, like that, for power. And that's our evasive creature. So we're going like this. Okay, sure. All right, he just top decked here. We're at 23. He's top decked into learn, which pumps all of his creatures. Okay. Let's hope there's not a lot in the fucking learn category. He's got a draw spell. Great. Dude, he just top deck fucking fight. Come on. Dude, learn into draw spell into fight spell to prevent me winning this game when I'm 1 damage short. Dude, this guy. I mean, we still get there some of the time. Maybe the Poet's Quill should have been on... Oh, dude, I don't know. I was trying to make a creature with enough toughness to block the 4/3 on the counter swing for race math. There was a world in which I got a a different matchup for these tokens. I mean, this is 1,000,000 damage, right? 913. So here we only chump 1, 6, 11, 15, 27. So we just chump this one. Removal now kills him, right? Oh, he's got 2 blockers. How bad is this right now? 10. Okay. So we do this. We're taking 5, 9, 15. 15 brings us to 8. Go up to 8 and 5. 13 on the way back. I think we're dead. Let's start there though. There's quite a few things in our deck that give +1 power here. Let's hit one. That'll do it. Jesus, his fucking top decks, man. His top decks into his like just endless value on the ground of blockers there is insane. Feels good to draw that card, but we don't get there all the time. There's a fair number of outs in our deck that get us there, but not all of them. Anyway. Opponent raging about my top decks? Fuck off. He top decked in runner, mage like literally runner. Fucking top deck learn into draw card from his sideboard as a rare into fucking fight spell off his like no. I'm so salty about that. Alright, we have to put black man on top. Black man is on top. We don't have to play black man on top anymore. Okay. I mean, what were the outs for us? Defiant Strike, we already used Guiding Voice. Beaming Defiance was an out. Show Your Confidence was an out. Although Show Your Confidence was at the bottom, so it really wasn't. Might have just been those two, honestly, man. Not a lot. Closing Statement was an out. That would have +1/+1 counter. I think 3. Give her blocks here. He blocks here like all of the time. We'll find out. I don't know if we had Warning left in the deck. I think we did. Defiant Strike. What's Confidence? Oh, the 4 mana. Defend the Campus got us there too. Forgot about Defend the Campus. Do I need mana for next turn? I do. Let's start with Reflective Golem. Warning. Which one's fucking Warning? Oh, Professor's Warning. Yeah, but it's on the bottom because we saw it when we when he cast that spell that gained 3 life and tutored an instant and sorcery to our hand. That card put one of them on the bottom. Maybe it wasn't Professor's Warning. Maybe it was the other one. Maybe it was Show of Confidence that was placed at the bottom. All right, guy. Everyone with the healing removal in 2, huh? Man. Every opponent has it. Everyone, every time. I'm playing Teamer. I played Teamer with the rares that I get on 4, playing this with my red mana sources. Fucking asshole. So we're closing statement, end step, the 4/4, super unexciting. Make this a 3/4, I guess. I guess. Imagine killing a 4/4 token here. Choked on resources here a little bit. It's taking me too much effort. Every one of my opponent's spells in the last 2 games has been a 2-for-1, like every single one, right? It's like I create two creatures for 4 mana, just like the fucking Zoomancer Professor is creating 2 creatures nonstop. So the ground is like already closed, and it's like turn 4. Need like 12 more study breaks, or not study breaks, the other one. Guiding voice. Here it's gonna be fucking books, because it's always books, because all my opponents have exactly the same cards. It's not even an exciting study break here, but I need value. Okay. Dude, the evasive creature looks so much better than the 3/2 on this board. Golem's going away right now. Goodbye, Golem. It's always bury here. Never didn't have it. 2-drop into 2-drop removal into hitting 4 lands for your Sage into bury. Oh, it's even worse. Destroy target artifact and 2 damage to any fucking target. Here we finally get a payoff. That's so bad for us, but... Oh, that'd be such a fucking blowout. Okay. Imagine if he just 3 mana end stepped, killed both of my creatures. Off his 1 tapped red source that he used to bring in manifestation stage on 4. Maybe my brain isn't wired for this game. Like, your opponents are gonna have answers, and they're gonna have them fairly regularly. But it seems like an excessive amount of answers. What is this, second Prismari command here? This is bury. He missed land. Thing is, I don't even want her. It's second Prismari command. Chat, I can't make these games up. My opponents just have this fucking opening on 4 lands with red splash and reclamation sage on 4 lands with double back-to-back Prismari commands. I don't know what I'm playing, but I'm not playing the same game they're playing. Not with the same resources here. This would be so much less painful if it weren't fucking $10 a draft on this shit. Hits his land, plays out another reach blocker. Leaves open mana for unsummon. Dude, I can't believe it was second rare. That, remember I was talking how bad of a blowout it would be if this card just casually killed 2 of my creatures, and how lucky we were we had the answer to it in our hand? Ha! Funny guy. Funny guy. Alright, here the blowout of course is unsummoned, so we wait. Doesn't actually matter if it is bury in the books, right? It does matter. We're gonna cast out Golem first. 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 2 off the colony. But here I can't afford to, I can't get the 2/1 unsummoned as I cast Anatomy on it. It's no good. It's going to be pretty bad next turn if he just holds mana up. But it will be 2 turns off from him playing. It's entirely bury. The way he's playing is absolutely burying the books there. He's just, that's a 3rd colony. Funny guy. Funny guy. We'll draw a land. He'll draw a 3rd colony to go with this board. He's held up 4 mana, not 5, so he can't do his pre-combat. So we can at least clone our fucking pump spell. I mean, there's other things that blow it up at instant speed, and I can't play around those, but at least we can play around bury. I mean, if he's got that too, like, what are we going to do? Is it 3rd Prismari command? It's heated debate. Okay. I mean, is there any possible way that we could ever do that? Does it still go off? I didn't even realize it still went off. I assumed it didn't still go off. It must be cast then. It's a cast trigger. It's a little bit more interesting. Whenever you cast. Okay. It's 1 mana off activating the colonies. With this deck, double Prismari command, Devouring Tendrils, Heated Debate, Manifestation Sage, triple Scurrid Colony. It's an insane deck. This is Barry. He's had it the whole fucking time. It's fine. Is it Arcane Subtraction? Oh, come on. Dude, it's every card. He's just got it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I do. Oh, I can do a huge beater when you're out of gas. It just makes no fucking difference, man. Oh, Filthy, you're making decisions. Your decisions are, how long would you like to lose? How long before you'd like to lose? Really your call. These cards don't do anything for me, so I guess I take the reduce to memory for his 12/12 he's going to summon, or 7/7, whatever. Low called it rip. Sure, man. You're probably talking about me. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, there's just so many cards you can have here. Every card he's played has perfectly answered everything we've done this game, including his mana base, which for 4 fucking lands was pretty goddamn impressive, I must say. Manifestation Stage on 4, 2-drop into second, 2-drop, 2-drop into removal on 3 while developing a tap land, into blue-green only casting spell with a red fucking source in play, into double Prismari commands off all 4 lands, into then drawing out of that into more reach blockers, followed by perfect removal options. I mean, sweet. Our draw, again, perfect mana, swinging out. He's got the wide board here. Hasn't used the draw spell, hasn't used the scry. Just has it all. I'm dead on board. I can remove my own 1/1 to make a 3/2 and trade off and take 7 going to 1. That's exciting. These options seem like the options we're kind of looking for here. So I can untap next turn with an entirely empty board on my side, with my opponent having 4 lethal attackers, one of which is flying. I'll have 0 cards in hand. My opponent will have 2 cards in hand and just have drawn. Sweet. Even the card I chose to deal with the big fractal, I mean, honestly not relevant. Past the amount of blowouts we've had this game is crazy. Oh, his last card is Golden Ratio, an unplayable fucking card, which he's playing as his last card. Turns on both of his colonies and draws 4 cards as his last card. I mean, that's a curve, man. That's how you win Magic games consistently. You just draw like that. It doesn't matter what your fucking opponents are going to do if you draw like that. It really doesn't. And that's the end of this deck to that.